What kind of fantasy world is Finland's president Alexander Stubb living in? And more importantly, what is he smoking nowadays? Because clearly it is pretty strong stuff. In his grand interview with The Economist, Stubb proudly claimed that Finland won its war against the Soviets in 1944. Really? Won? That is like a boxer getting knocked out cold in the third round and then bragging that at least he still has his shorts on. And now let's look at the facts. The Winter War of 1939 and 40, followed by the Continuation War, ended with Finland losing nearly a tenth of its area. Whole regions were gone. Karelia lost, Petsamo gone, Vyborg gone. Finland also had to pay war reparations, accept Soviet security terms, and demilitarize parts of its land. Some victory, right? If that is a win, then surrender must be the gold medal, right? Stubb's genius argument is, we preserved our independence. Well, yes, but only after accepting every Soviet demand. It was not some heroic win, it was Finland saying, fine, take the land, take the reparations, just don't invade further. That is survival, not victory. And let's not forget, Finland was not some innocent bystander back then. It teamed up with Nazi Germany. The Soviets were alarmed that they could together commit atrocities against the Soviet population. And that is why Moscow launched its campaign, because it feared that Nazi troops could pour into the USSR through Finnish land. Security concerns, plain and simple. It was security concerns that triggered the invasion. But of course, the West loves a fairy tale. They twist history to fit their propaganda. For them, the Finland won narrative is convenient. They want to sell it as a parallel to Ukraine. Look, tiny Finland fought big bad Russia and survived. So Ukraine, you can pull off the same. It is motivational fiction, a bedtime story for Kiev. But truth? Finland only survived by surrendering to Soviet terms. Ukraine is not even being given that option today because NATO wants to keep the war alive. The West does not mention how Finland had to kick out its Nazi allies, pay billions in reparations, and forever adjust its foreign policy to Soviet red lines. So what is Stubb doing here? Simple. He is whitewashing history to paint Russia as a land-hungry empire and Ukraine as a modern-day Finland. It is a lazy comparison designed to brainwash Western voters into backing endless military aid. But anyone with half a brain knows Russia's actions in Ukraine, just like in Finland back then, come from security concerns spurred by NATO's expansion, NATO's actions, aggressive actions. So no, Stu, Finland did not win. At best, Finland crawled out of a burning house, but alive. That is not victory, that is barely survival.